meal plan to lose fat and get lean. In today's video I'm going to show you a plan with two different meal prep options for the week, one for lower and one for higher calories. You can choose this based on your individual calorie needs or preferences, because there's nothing worse than having a diet that isn't personalized to you. Criteria listed on this meal plan included satisfying and filling so you're not hungry, easy to make, high proteins. All serving sizes will be listed for the low and high calorie options in the description below. And with that, let's get into the video. Alright, we're going to start with dinner as it's going to take the longest to prep and we want to get it done first. What you're going to need for dinner is chicken breast, tomato, cabbage, some kind of canned beans, chili or chili powder. Now on to prepping the oven. Make sure that you preheat your oven. We're going to set it to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or like 220 Celsius. We want it nice and hot so the chicken stays crispy and also moist at the same time. If you leave it like low and slow, you're going to get like a dry board. Begin by getting your pan and placing parchment paper so you don't have to worry about any mess at the end. So slice open your chicken and we're going to cut it in half length. Slice it in half so it cooks faster. You can do this in a lot more safer way, on a chopping board where you're not going to cut your hand, but who wants to wash a chopping board as well? So just cutting it in half, and then I kind of open it up so I don't cut it all the way, and then this is my chicken breast, and we're going to do this with each one that you have. Next step, wash your hands so you don't give yourself food poisoning. Next step is you're going to chuck it in the oven. Make sure it's preheated. You don't want no cold oven, which is going to give you that dry and terrible chicken. We want to chuck it straight in, nice and hot. Leaving it in there for 20 to 30 minutes, checking it at 20 minutes, making sure that it's not overcooking, and if it's still raw in the middle, waiting till 30. So on to prepping the salad. Assembling your ingredients, your cabbage, your tomatoes. For this I have these beautiful glass containers, and you can actually chop the cabbage straight into this glass container. If you haven't invested yet into one of these, using a regular chopping board, otherwise doing it this way. How does this work? You grab your cabbage, placing it in, slicing with the knife horizontally. Doing that all the way. Now you're going to chop the other way. Chopping until desired texture is reached. This saves mess. You don't get the cabbage everywhere. It's nice and contained and super easy. Next step. This saves time and mess. It keeps it nice and clean. Cabbage doesn't go everywhere and really easy to do. Next step is tomatoes. Grabbing the chopping board for this one as we're going chef mode here. And we're going to chop 2 small tomatoes or 1 large. Next step, you're going to grab your canned beans, or if you're crazy enough like me, your own boiled ones, and we're going to chuck 1 can for the large serving and half a can for the small serving. So from here, placing that into your meal prep jar. Completed product so far. Time to check the chicken breast. Whew, steamy. Nice, they're looking good. Make sure you check the biggest piece as you don't want to get salmonella poisoning. From here, no time to wait for it to cool, so we're going to bring it straight out onto our chopping board and we're going to dice it up. So we're just going to cut it into strips here so we can lay it out on our burrito salad. From here, laying out your chicken pieces onto your bowl, and voila, here we go. This is the meal complete. Looking pretty good. So when it comes to losing fat, we want to learn to love and enjoy simple flavors. This is to help reduce cravings and that feeling like you just want to keep eating and never stop. If you can simplify and have more natural flavors, you're not going to like have all this like pleasure hit and dopamine every time you eat, and you still will enjoy it, but it won't be so good that you just like can't stop. And this helps mitigate overeating and we don't want to overeat, obviously, when we're trying to lose fat. So this has got nice, clean, simple flavors that will be really easy to manage your appetite with. This is the finished product, showing the 2 different sizes, calorie options. For lunch, you're going to need tuna, potato, carrot, celery, and a healthy fat of choice, either nuts, seeds, or olive oil. First thing we got here is boiling and chopping the potatoes. So I've got these like dirty potatoes. Pro tip is you can scrub them with a wire brush so you don't have to peel them. So I rinse them and basically scrub. This gets all the dirt off, and you don't have to bother peeling them. If you don't like the peel, feel free to peel it. But personally, I don't mind the peel and extra fiber, but also I'm just lazy. When it comes to Sunday, especially, I do not feel like doing anything. So simple it has to be. So scrub the potatoes nice and hard, get all of that dirt off, run the water all over it, and we'll get chopped. Start by slicing it in half and cutting it into lengthwise strips with the size that you want for your cube. So we're going to go about half an inch, or however much that is. I don't do inches, I just do by look. And then you go flat, 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 and from here 1 to 3 slices and cube it through, making sure that they're all relatively even so that you don't have mushy potato. You want them all to be roughly the same. Into the pot they go. Cover evenly with water so that they all cook at the same time. On to salad prep number 2. This one we're going to chop on the chopping board because it doesn't chop so easily in the glass container. So get in your celery and chop, chop, chop we go. 200 grams of celery. Grabbing your carrot. This is not a carrot, this is the end of a carrot. That is the only thing I've got left because I did not realize I did not have any more. So making do with what Right, boys, over grabbing a grater and grating it. Draining your potatoes and make sure that you cool them before putting them into your container, as not to wilt the veggies. From here, you're going to grab your tuna and place that in as well. Diet tip 2 is trying to incorporate a high amount of fruit and veg into your diet. Lots of low calorie and high volume food. This will help keep you satiated and full and not hungry. Right, for breakfast you'll need oats, berries, and a low-fat Greek yogurt. Finally, on to breakfast, baby. The easiest one to make. It's going to be the classic porridge, or if you're American, oatmeal. So you're going to grab your oats. So you're going to chuck that into the container here, bringing or like prepping just as many as you want. So I'm just doing 1 here, but you can do it for the whole week, which will be 5 in total. The day before that you're going to eat it, or the night before actually, you're going to put water on. 2-to-1 ratio of water to oat, or 100 grams to a roughly like 500 to 600 milliliters of water is what you're going to go for. Why do we soak it? This is because, and for no other reason than it cooks so much faster. We don't have time to waste around spending half an hour cooking oats. If you soak it, it will literally cook half the time. You can either cook it on the stovetop, or if you're like me and lazy, notice the theme here, you can cook it in the microwave. So I've just got my dry oats here, but because I was super smart, I prepped some oats the night before, soaked and ready to go into the microwave. So for the low calorie option, you want to put it in for the microwave for like 2 to 3 minutes. The higher calorie option, you're going to put in for like 4 to 5, just because it's more oats, takes longer for the microwave to heat it up. Keep in mind every microwave will be different, but yes, this will cook way faster than if you just put the water in the morning. Trust me with this one. So let's see how long it takes. Alright, a few of these clips got deleted, but I'll just show you the finished product at the end of what it looks like. It's pretty simple. You just put the berries, put the yogurt on, and you go. This should cook between 2 and 5 minutes depending how much oats you've got, and as you see, this is the finished product. Alright, that's the end of the video. My last clips got lost and deleted, so we're finishing here. Hopefully you've enjoyed and found it helpful. These are just some rough ideas that you can copy and implement with like food choices and ideas. Obviously I've got the calories listed as well, and you can just take inspiration and use as you want. But anyway, I hope you have found this helpful. Give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.